So, thank you everybody for watching. We are taking a little bit of a break. Our top 8 have been set. Last year's champion, Packy 619, is again our #1 seed. Also the favorite into the tournament. Vince C is our #3 seed. He was the runner-up last year. Both of them seem to be possibly poised in terms of early predictions to meet in the finals. We're just about set here, so what's going to happen is we're going to play all 4 quarterfinal matchups at the same time. On the stream, you're only going to see 2 of those 4 quarterfinal matchups, so what we're going to try and do to the best of our abilities is that we're going to try and update you as much as possible of the score of the 2 quarterfinal matchups that you do not see. We're actually only doing 2 at a time. I have been corrected. Chris Bidwell has said, no, we're actually doing 2 at a time, so we will save off, so you will see all 4 quarterfinal matchups. Rejoice, Twitch chat. Don't worry.
What's that or not? What's that? You got it?
Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, if you want to, feel free. Yeah, we're all good. So we have Patrick taking on. Let's see. I barely. Oh, here we go. Fantastic.
Packy versus Brandon R.
Patrick taking on Brandon R, who is the 8th seed, and BSG 4000. Chris taking on Adam P. Chris is the 5th seed. Adam is the 4th seed.
Ready? 3,
2, 1, go! There we go. Our quarterfinals are underway. Chris, you'll feel free. Please stick around.
Sure.
To call the action here. Very exciting here. The second ever Dr. Mario World Championships are underway.
Yeah, it always astounds me to watch some of these pro Dr. Mario players play. I mean, just the combos they string together, just the speed at which they play.
So the left side, just the technical update there. The second quarterfinal matchup is going on right now. The screen froze. We are working on that right now. It looks like Patrick is in the lead right now on his game. Now let's talk about the game that we do see on the stream right now. That would be BSG taking on Adam P. BSG, of course, as well as being one of the competitors, is the organizer and the leading champion of the Dr. Mario movement.
Yep.
Particularly in North America, this being the World Championships. Certainly his vision.
Yeah, Chris has done a great job putting this together. Definitely a beloved game for many people out there, as you can see. So it's great to see a kind of a tournament scene slowly developing here. Like you mentioned before, this is the second year of the tournament. Hopefully it'll continue to grow and stay at the expo. I think it could become something really big, perhaps like CTWC.
Just an update here for you. We apologize that you weren't able to see it. Patrick is up by 1 game. He won game #1. These are best 2 of 3 contests until the finals, which will be a best 3 out of 5. So the play continues here between Chris and Adam. Adam P is the 4th seed. Chris is the 5th seed.
And you can see Chris is doing a little cleanup here. He has quite a number of color patterns up there on his screen, but don't count him out. He's quite a solid player, so this game's far from over, I think.
We encourage you to continue to give us comments on the Twitch chat. We will endeavor to answer as many questions as possible. We do have Chris here, hopefully for the duration of the tournament. So as long as you're able to stick around, Chris, Absolutely. If you have any questions for him, any questions about the gameplay, please feel free to comment in the Twitch chat. I will be monitoring the entire time. And Patrick versus Brandon is back. Patrick is on the left. Brandon is on the right, and it looks like BSG has suffered his first defeat. So it is 1-0 for Adam P, who is the 4th seed. Always tricky, those 4th versus 5th seed matchups.
Yeah, very evenly matched. You can see that the skill sets are very close.
Breaking news, it appears that Chris is fazed by children screaming at the expo.
Yeah, take note of that for the next tournament. Oh, wow. And Chris topped out again there very quickly.
So just to correct myself from earlier, these are best 3 out of 5 games here. As you can see, Adam is winning 2-0, denoted by the crowns on the screen, and also Patrick is winning 2-0 as well. So we are poised for 2 consecutive sweeps here in the quarterfinals.
We will see what happens. Question here from Z Deox. When will the next championship happen?
So in talking with Chris Bidwell, who's competing right now, BSG, he is hoping that this particular expo in Pittsburgh will be the home for the World Championships. Much like the Classic Tetris World Championships has grown into what it is today, and Portland being its home for the last several years, this, in terms of vision, in Pittsburgh is hoping to be where the annual World Championships will be held. And it seems like the expo itself is pretty receptive to that idea. In talking with Chris, he mentioned that the same amount of competitors came out this year as did last year. So hoping that in the future years we see more growth, maybe some social media presence specifically for Dr. Mario. And hey, we are on the Classic Tetris Twitch stream, which is very nice of the Classic Tetris community to allow this to happen. But really in the future, you would hope to see Dr. Mario have its own footprint and its own presence online as it continues to grow.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm sure it will. You know, just give it some time. As I said, it's really kind of a classic game. I think a lot of people have played it. A lot of people enjoy competing on it. It does have that extra element, like I said, where you have that kind of head-to-head play where you can really affect your opponent's game. So, you know, from a competition perspective, this is one of the most perfect classic games out there, I would say.
Right now, it seems like Patrick has a little bit of bad luck there in terms of the garbage pieces and the placement of it, and Brandon is doing a great job of whittling down those viruses, getting on board for his first victory. Meanwhile, Chris has a large stack on the right side there. You can see he's the middle position is looking good, but the sides are definitely in favor of Adam at the moment. And it looks like Brandon was able to win a game, so the score is 2-1 right now in favor of Patrick. Patrick is still in elimination mode. He can win one more to move on.
Yeah, and Adam is just kind of cruising right now. He only has 4 viruses left at the moment. Chris has 21, but more importantly, he has that very ugly stack on the right-hand side of the screen. So this is going to take a more... Oh, that's it.
So Adam able to eliminate the organizer. Chris, BSG 4000, is out of the tournament. Adam P will move on to the semifinals. He will face the winner of Patrick and Brandon. And it looks like Patrick is really in solid position to be able to move on right now. He did give up one game to Brandon.
Yeah, he's great. I love it. Him versus Pac is going to be amazing.
Should we...
Do you want to sit down, Chris?
Sure.
Or you want to just walk around?
No,
yeah, sit down.
We should get some interviews in as people lose.
So, well, that must sting, Chris.
You know what? It stings, but it's good because that's what we need. We need good matchups, and the winner of the... Paul is going to face the winner of this match. Did we just see a draw, or was a...
No, that was your screen. That's your screen.
Okay, how funny. It's 2-1 right now. I mean, I don't want to play favorites, but if Packy does pull us out, Packy versus Paul in the semis is going to be just a barn burner. So that's what we need. We you know, good matchups is what's going to make people want to watch this. But Paul he just rained down the doubles on me. I just could not dig out of it. I mean, that's the strategy is to go on the attack, and you know it's a fine balancing act between getting doubles and actually clearing out your board. But if you're digging out of trash the whole time, it's unfortunate.
We got some questions in the chat. Apologies. Well, it looks like our...
good old...
Just get the computer up here so we can get some questions here from the Twitch chat. And we thank you
very
very much for sending us questions. Are there... Okay, here's a question from Pipes. Are there still transitions in this game, and at what levels?
Absolutely. It's a set speed level, but every 10 pieces the speed increases slightly. and I don't know what the max, it's not like level 19 in Tetris speed, but it does get to a point where it's nearly impossible to get a piece far over the left or right without hyper tapping. So, you know, if you got, it's the same sort of deal with your Tetris stacks. If you get it, the side stuff too high up there, then it becomes virtually impossible to play unless you go from the side or from underneath. So if you're looking at this board right now, both players are in good shape, but you'll see some games at the higher speeds where all the viruses in the middle were cleared out, but then they got to work their way up from the bottom along the sides to clear out, and those are the epic matches.
Shout out to the Stormtrooper that just walked by.
Got the question about hyper tapping. Hyper tapping is when you jam your finger rapidly left or right to go faster than the standard left or right, having you just hold down the button. So the very good Tetris players like Harry Hung, Corian, Thor Ackerlund, they use that technique to jam their pieces left or right way faster than the standard controller will allow you to do.
How fast would you say, or how long would that take to master that sort of technique?
That's a physical chore. I think when Corian does it, he puts his controller on his lap with a towel underneath it and just jams his thumb into it, and that's actual physical work. That's not just mental practice. That's exercise, really. But a lot of players don't use hyper tap. They just stick with the dash system and just work around it. Phil, who played earlier, he's not the best with doing doubles, but when he plays single player, he can clear level 20 high, level 22. He can go up to 24 where the game ends, where it maxes out, quote unquote, but it goes infinitely. But he plays so well and efficiently, he'll go to the bottom and work his way back up the top along the sides. But he does it every single time, and that's tough to do while also managing your stacks of garbage. I mean, if you're looking at Packy's piece of modern artwork over there, we are in Pittsburgh, that does look very Warholian over there. That's hard to manage, even in a single player game. So somebody like Phil, who didn't make it to the final 8, he's great at strategizing to not have to rely on a hyper tap.
We got a great game going here, virtually even at the moment. Patrick is up by 1 virus. He's also up by 1 game.
Yeah, oof. I think, So I'm a little speechless here, but I think Brandon's board is a little more favorable at the moment, even though he has more viruses. He's got a clear shot and he can knock them all out horizontally, which I love me some horizontal moves in Dr. Mario. And there's one like that.
Just exactly as you said, right there.
WWE'd it.
Yeah, you called it indeed.
But
Patrick says that he's very aggressive in his play.
Oh, he is a speed runner. He pushes and pushes and pushes. Although I think the trio from Denver who are here, which Brandon is a part of, they like to rain down the doubles, and as you can see. But Packy, when he turns his game, he can do the same thing, which is what he's doing now onto Brandon's board. But
Patrick has some digging to do right now. As you can see, his viruses are completely covered at the moment.
They're covered at the moment, but he can play on the left side with his garbage piles to drain doubles down when he doesn't have the pieces he needs. That's also good piece management. To not just waste your pieces, but to also use it to attack. Don't just clear them out with a single. Go for doubles and triples, and get fancy if you need to.
So tell us a little bit about just the idea of sending garbage to your opponent and setting up those doubles and triples. What's the best strategy there?
Well, here's a basic one. So Brandon on the right, he sets up a little like a cliff over top the other piece, and then as soon as he gets the vertical, the cliff falls away, and then then the other pieces on top of that cliff fall on the garbage below. So if you set up nice clean triples and you set up a bridge to go across, you can get infinite combos, and that's what you would do in a score attack situation. Just make a gigantic Golden Gate Bridge sort of thing, cut the cables on the bridge, and drop all the garbage onto your perfectly nice piles to get the giant combos. And you saw Forzy there, and Packy's down to that precarious 1 virus situation. Well, we had that game with Chris Brady when he was ahead, but he could not finish off that last virus and ended up topping out. So we're going to see how Packy deals with this, whereas Brandon's got a clean shot at these 3 if he can get them all horizontal.
So it's a race to the finish right now. Patrick with 1 virus left. It's definitely covered there. Meanwhile, Brandon has
just the three.
the
I'm trying to find where that third.
exposed. The third
that
one is
red
at the
guy
bottom.
at the bottom is going to be a pain in the rear. But I think you got to get that yellow and red guy out now. Do what you can, what you definitely can do. And you see he's going to take that out with a double there. And if the double RNG helps out there, oh, that red piece just made Packy's time even more horrible. If I were Packy right now, I would not be going for you got to go horizontal with that one remaining yellow virus. Don't even attempt to go vertical.
You can tell there's a little bit of frustration on Patrick's face.
Yeah,
just slightly.
The
Slightly.
intensity. They're going. He got it. Oh, beautiful. Well
and there
done.
it is. Patrick moves on to the semifinals.
He earned that. Wow.
And you could tell he was very happy with that accomplishment.
That's amazing. Well-deserved pop-off. So we got Rosemary and QRSL, one of the Denver trio. Rosemary, and then on our second thing we got good old Vince, and we got Steve. And if we're ready, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. Rosemary is the crowd favorite here. She just showed up with her kids and her husband and saw Dr. Mario and jumped in and ended up our number 2 seed. Dr. Mario was the classic mom game, quote unquote. And
My mom liked it.
my mom did too, and here she is kicking people's ass. We'll see how she, and her husband also participated and was, I believe, a 12 seed.
Vince and Steve underway. It looks like Vince has a little bit of a lead here. But leads are fickle in Dr. Mario. If you can time a few combos just right.
You get that RNG with the combos because while you manipulate the pieces with which 2 pieces.
Both players have relatively clean boards though.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Vince might have a little trouble on the left there, but it looks like he's about to get it. Or is Vince or Steve on the right? I'm sorry.
Vince should be on the left.
Okay.
Of the second
Steve.
screen. Position 3. Steve's position 4.
Thank you. My bad.
Rosemary is 1, and Q is position 2. So, Q looks like over this one. Yeah, okay. It's kind of hard to keep track. If it's hard. Oh, it's
quick
top out by
for
Steve.
He couldn't quite get it over.
Vince is treating Steve like a 13-year-old. Oh, QSRL got a quick win against Rosemary as well. So maybe this match will go a little differently than the first round here.
You have to play high speed differently because it's very difficult to do those tucks. It's a lot easier on medium, but you cannot do that on high.
Yeah, the I don't know the frame rate of the drops because it constantly improves and there's no like indicator of what it is, but it's definitely like a 5 or 6 frame window, which is a 1/10 of a second.
Nice horizontal by Steve.
I love
Looks
the
like
horizontals.
They're dead even at the early outset in game 2.
Rosemary topped that again. Oh, man.
Oh.
We're rooting for Rosemary here. Her husband and kids are watching on.
Vince clears out the center column, and it looks like both boards are relatively clean.
And the famous Denver trio of medication rain just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. And if you can't play fast enough to dig out, you can't even think about making your own attack or even clearing out the viruses, which is really what the name of the game is. There's a double for Rose.
A lot of repeated pieces on Vince's side. Makes a double
Q
out
is,
of it.
that's a very dangerous. At high speed, if you get anywhere in that top area, you can just die almost instantly.
And the thing
And
about
as I just said, that Rosemary tops out. Thank you, Rosemary. Can we talk to you for a bit?
Good job, Rosemary.
She's amazing. Q is.
It looks like Vince has a left tower situation going, and Steve has a 10 virus lead in game 2.
All right, so once Vince finishes up this next one, we'll talk to Rosemary here. And I'll have Ardo do it because they're very professional and fantastic at interviews.
Absolutely.
But Vince, look at how clean that is. That is a lack of garbage. As I say that, a couple pieces dropped down, but that shouldn't affect it too much. But you see there,
Vince is starting to make those horizontal
so
digs.
So let's see what he does with this piece. Okay, he's just gonna go for the single. But when I see something like that, I'm always looking for the double. I'm always looking to see, well, let's make a 3 instead of a 2, so that makes the complete the double and go on the attack. But now we're at
but the
22
thing
all.
is, when you have a center column like that, you want to clear it out quick, because if you run out of room, then you get in serious trouble.
And Vince has got some issues. He's going to have to play sideways, where Steve has everything clean, and he just cleaned out that one troublesome virus on the top left. So speed's not going to be an issue for Steve right now. So let's see how Vince attacks this.
If I were Vince, I'd take those 2 blues that's resting on top of the red virus. If you can clear those horizontally, you can bring the column down.
Yep. Knock that column down. Next, Mr. Gorbachev. Columns is Sega. Come on. We're just referencing all over. We're out of control.
Absolutely.
So here's a classic double there by Vince. It's 17-15.
Vince has closed the gap. He was down by 10
he's turned on the garbage
earlier.
machine, and all of a sudden, Steve's board isn't looking so pretty.
Looks like a misflip by Vince on the other side.
But look, if you get this red virus here, you get a double red. That's a 4Z.
Oh,
But he's going to have to
well,
stick with
that's
a 3, and then it's followed up by a quick 2. Oh, nope, the garbage is going to keep the 2. But Vince is just ugly all of a sudden.
I hate it when garbage takes away my combos.
I know. Oh, no. Especially the guacamole combos. Those are the best.
Oh, yeah.
And another Steve, 14-9.
Hashtag California Life.
Steve is in control. But Vince is going to have to turn on the attack machine. That's his only way he's going to win this.
Vince has a very narrow playing field. That's going to make it difficult to do. Let's see what he can do.
You ideally
here's another one.
There's another double.
Now I can get rid of that red over there. Better dead than red, right?
Oh. the communist stuff today. We're just going all at it.
Right.
Here comes a nice there. So there's a chance to take out 3 for Vince, but Steve's down to his last one. This should be textbook here.
Yeah, Vince has this one just about won. No, I mean Steve.
Oh, that's Steve. So now we're tied at 1-1.
Dyslexic Sun Tai.
So I'm gonna get Ardo and Rosemary on mic here during game 3.
All right. You want to come on?
Hey Rose,
you want me to move?
Switching. It's like we're playing a game of musical chairs here. Hey, it's Arda. We're back here. Patrick's still with me here.
Awesome.
How you feeling? How are things going? Everything seems to be on schedule for you.
So far, so good. That was my first match last year was pretty tough too.
Okay.
Rose, good job.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks for coming out.
Hello, Rose.
Hi.
So you compete. Yeah, I'll try and bring this microphone as close as possible here. No, it's not. So yeah, tell us about your experience here. You made it to the quarterfinals as a number 2 seed. Very impressive. What was this just like overall for you?
It was fun. This is like the only thing I really play, and I enjoyed playing. I got to beat my husband, so that was the fun part.
That's the game that matters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so, why Dr. Mario over any other game?
I guess I started playing on Tetris, and then my husband wanted me to play a game with him. So I don't know what he said this close to Tetris. I'm like, okay, so he taught me.
So he's
how
not
to
a big
play.
Tetris player.
No, not as much. But the kids, they like Puyo Tetris, but I don't like those. You know, these controllers aren't the same.
Right. So you prefer the classic
Yeah.
controllers? I think we all do, really. I think secretly we all love the classic controllers.
And I'm
So.
playing it on a 64, so I don't even know this controller.
Oh wow. Okay. So Dr. Mario, was it like an instant love affair? Like you fell in love with it as soon as you played it?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Pretty much, yeah.
And what about your history playing competitively like this? Is this?
No, just playing at home with the kids and the family. So no, this is my first time.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you discover this?
Well, we were taking a road trip last summer, and Pittsburgh was our last stop, and my husband got lost in the rain, and we drove by the convention center, and we saw the banner, and that was our Pittsburgh visit.
So you didn't know this convention was? The family didn't know the convention was happening.
No.
You
no.
just happened to stumble upon it.
In the rain.
Wow.
On a Friday night, so we came and spent we spent our whole Saturday here, and we didn't see much of Pittsburgh, so we saw more of it this time.
Some might say that you saw the best parts of Pittsburgh.
I guess so.
I'm just kidding. Anyone who's watching from Pittsburgh, I'm kidding. I love your city. The Warhol Museum is actually very nice. I had a chance to see that.
We took a quick lunch break last time and went to see that.
Yeah.
And then we were here like all night. and then we went home. And then we said, we're coming back next year.
So what was the tournament like for you? So you discover it completely on a whim. You decide to enter it. So what was that? What was the first game like when you were qualifying for the final 8?
That's risky.
I guess I was kind of surprised, but I knew the rest of the competition because I played them the first day, so I kind of knew where I stood. So I was pleasantly surprised that I made it this far.
Well, I think a lot of people, you gained a lot of fans in the Twitch chat. We can tell you that people were rooting for your success, which is great. So the action continues here, Patrick, as well, as we have Vince taking on Steve. They are currently tied at 1. What are you noticing from the game right now?
Well, both players have a wall on each side, but Vince's wall is not as tall, but it's closer to the center of the board, so it might be a little more difficult for him to dig through. It's a really close one, though, 8-5.
Thank you very much to Rosemary, by the way, for joining us. That was really cool. She decided to go back to the family, going to go check out the grounds here at Replay FX as the action continues here. We're tied at 1, Vince and Steve. What's it like? I mean, so you guys have a big backstory, you and Vince, of course.
Yes.
So what's it like just watching him play? Like, are you watching this as just a fan of the game, or are you picking up any sort of notes to use against him in the possible finals?
Well, we've played each other often enough to know what our strategies are. Ooh, Steve takes game 3.
Wow. Hold it. I might be speaking too soon here. Now Vince is on the verge of elimination here. One more game and he's out. So here's game number 4.
Yeah. Vince and I have played each other enough times to understand what each one of us is trying to do to the other player.
If you were to guess how many times, what would you say?
How many times we played each other?
Estimate. If you were to ballpark the amount of times you and Vince have played each other in this game.
15 to 20.
15 to 20 times. What would you say the record is? 20 to nothing.
He's beaten me once.
Wow. So it's a dominating situation here.
Yeah.
Okay. So Vince has a little chip on his shoulder then. If he's to make it to the finals, not to speak too soon here, but he would love nothing more than in the highest of competition in Dr. Mario to be able to dethrone last year's champion, the one who defeated him as well.
Yes, that was actually the final last year as well. Me and Vince.
We have a lot of and you were able to prevail there as well. If you have any questions in the Twitch chat, by the way, for Patrick, please feel free to throw them up there. It seems like there's a lot of Denver fans too, so it's kind of cool. Let's talk about that, just the growth of the game. We were talking about, we had about the same number of entrants last year as this year, but we've seen a lot of people travel now that they've gotten the word, and that can only grow from here. It must be really cool as the champion of last year, the reigning champion, defending champion, to see this.
Yes, absolutely. The first year it happened, I was on the Puzzle General Discord, where all the puzzle game speedrunners hang out, and there was someone propping up Replay RX last year, the first year it was there. And it's just so awesome to see people come out just to play this game, because this game has a special place in my heart now, because it's actually very much changed my gaming life. I've come to know so many awesome people, Vince, Chris Brady, and all them through Tetris. All the things that it's led to, it's just wonderful.
Typically, in seeing many different retro gaming communities, there is a camaraderie that instantly forms when you're so good at one particular game. It's like you guys have an instant kinship, right? When you meet somebody who's at an elite level of a game like you are, not only is there a friendly competition, but there's also just an immediate friendship that just brews, right?
Absolutely.
So there's a couple questions here on the chat. What's your favorite, most frustrating part of Dr. Mario for you? That's from K2N Vli, I believe. I apologize if I messed up your name there.
K2NV. I would say my favorite part would be the science of making chains. When I competed in the 2015 Nintendo World Championships, it was all about chains in Dr. Mario and getting a high score. and just kind of developing that mindset and the mechanics of it all. It's really fun to watch a big chain go off. The most frustrating part of Dr. Mario is when you play 20 high and you don't get the pieces you need right away, and the virus stack is so high and you just get the wrong color, and you have to start getting creative right away, or you're done.
We got a question from SGT Saros, who says, do you think you'll get your own parade when you become a two-time champion? The operative word, Patrick, is when. He or she is very adamant that you will repeat as champion here today.
Well, I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch, because these guys from Denver are really, really good. I mean, I don't think I'll get a parade or anything, but it would be absolutely wonderful to reach that point, because this is my first title defense in anything, you know?
So a question, who's playing next? What you are seeing right now is the final quarterfinal matchup. In the semifinals, Kersey, just to properly make sure I pronounce that correctly, is that correct?
QRSL, I think.
QRSL, okay, pardon me. We'll refer as QRSL moving forward. He's the number 7 seed who defeated Rosemary, who you heard from earlier, who came in as the number 2 seed. What a terrific story that is, by the way.
Yeah.
Completely found this expo on a whim, let alone the Dr. Mario World Championships, and plays it at home, loves the game, decided to enter, and got as far as she did. So kudos to Rosemary, making it to the final 8. And it seems like we got some action going on here. With one virus left, Steve could eliminate Vince here from competition, last year's runner-up. Very tense moments here.
This is it. The one thing about Steve's board right now is it's going to be difficult to get it all the way to the left at this speed. So if Steve can get it over there, then he's got it. He just needs the right piece, and it's not coming. He needs a blue-red right now, and there it is, and he can't get it. Oh, he got the horizontal. I didn't see the horizontal there.
And there it is. Steve will move on to the semifinals in what could be classified as an upset. And Steve will play QRSL 6 versus 7 in the semifinals, and you, Patrick, will be facing Adam P. Thoughts going into that semifinal?
Play fast, play clean. That's all there is to it.
So a field of 24 has now become a field of 4. The final 4, the semifinals, are upon us here at Replay FX, the second ever World Dr. Mario Championships. For the second year in a row here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Replay FX. And for the second year in a row, Patrick finds himself in the number 1 seed in the semifinals. He is last year's champion. But last year's finalist, Vince, has been eliminated in a stunning upset by Steve S., who is the number 6 seed. He will be facing one of the Denver contingent. We're ready to go here in our first semifinal tilt. Feel free to stick around, Vince, please.
2, 1, go!
Here we go. Game number 1 of a possible 5 between Kersel of Denver, Colorado, and Steve S. Steve wearing the Steelers jersey. Take a wild guess where he is from and which team he supports in the NFL.
Really rooting for Steve here. I mean,
so what was Steve's play like? How did you find him as an opponent?
he was doing good. I mean, I looked over at his screen here and there, and I saw that he was maybe slightly ahead in viruses or right near me, but I just really beat myself, so that's all I can blame is myself. But I had some good digs that I enjoyed, and hopefully I put on a good show.
Kersel, of course, one of 3 who traveled from Denver to be here. Really cool story that they play regularly as a social activity at work. They all work at the same place, and they have monthly tournaments that other employees at the same company have now rallied around, which is really cool. And they did say that if they are to win the World Championships here, whoever wins, they will officially defend the crown every month in their monthly tournaments at work.
I think that's really key to Dr. Mario, and as far as practicing, is having like a core group of people to play with. I mean, Tetris you can play on your own, But if you're not practicing against somebody that's really good, you're not getting any better. So it's really advantages in their favor because they play each other monthly. So.
Question here from 420 Jumbo in the Twitch chat, and by the way, we will endeavor to answer as many of the questions that you guys send on the Twitch chat as possible. Do they change the starting level every round? I believe the answer is yes.
What's it?
Do they change the starting level every round?
Yes, it goes up one level each round. So next round will be, for the championship, will be starting at level 15.
So it looks like Steve has a 5 virus lead. Or he's trailing by 5 virus, pardon me, I read that incorrectly. It looks like Kersel has the 5 virus lead right now. Both of them playing well in the middle right now.
Yeah. Steve's got both sides, both walls are kind of covered, so it's not ideal.
Great combo there by Steve, it looked like.
Yeah.
So tell us about strategy a little bit, just building the doubles and triples.
I mean, when I knew I was down, and he had a couple left, I just had to go for, doubles and triples. So I was avoiding getting a lot of the viruses. But I think, all it is about getting the first move, getting the first attack, and then just keeping it going, keeping it clean. Yeah, but it looks like QRSL's doing pretty good here.
Yeah,
Kersel.
Kersel looks really like some great play here. It's almost like you can tell that he is a player that regularly plays this game, and it really is his passion.
Yeah, and he's probably from Denver.
That's
pretty
that's
obvious.
The first
pretty
note,
obvious.
Yeah. From his gameplay, you could tell. Like, this is typical Denver Dr. Mario
this is
play.
Your Denver style play. Like in Long Beach, we wouldn't make one tower in the middle like that. What's up, Jonas, man? Definitely your place.
So Jonas had a question for Vince in the chat.
I still need to come over for the whiskey party, the whiskey tasting.
Oh, whiskey! I'd like to be invited to that. Whiskey tasting? Are you kidding me? That might be reserved for elite Tetris players,
know,
Dr.
man.
Mario players that may not qualify, but still might have to crash the party.
Jonas is in Hong Kong right now.
Well, there's the question from Serious Producer who says, Vince, on a scale from completely to 100%, how much do you wish you were in Hong Kong right now?
It's tough, man. Dr. Mario here, Tetris Hong Kong there, Dixon there.
And look at how close he is. Oh, and that garbage will actually win for Kersel. It was the garbage piece that landed him game number 1. A great effort there by Kersel, who takes game 1 over Steve, and we are off. It's game number 2 with Kersel up 1-0. A great end to that game.
Yeah, again, standard Denver move there.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
It looked like a very good point there by Kalju, or Kaiju, I apologize. Kersel got so many favorable garbage drops in there. It just looked like the garbage was in his favor.
Yeah.
Which is certainly not always the case as if you're a player Dr. Mario.
Well, I guess if you want to do percentages, there's a 33% chance that you'll get the same color on top of the one that is that color. So it's not awful. And people who play baseball, they bat 300 and that's good, right?
Exactly.
So,
very good point.
So
and they make millions.
And they make millions, so. That's quick math.
So it's also interesting to note that every player in this tournament has opted to stand and play.
Don't give up.
Oh no, and there it is. A commanding 2-0 lead for Kersel as Steve tops out. What a stunning turn of events. Both of them were tied in viruses, but Steve topping out allows Kersel a path to victory in our first elimination game here in the semifinals. incredible.
That was crazy.
Our first semifinal, of course, Patrick will be taking on Adam in our other semifinal. That is a 1 seed versus 4 seed matchup. Will Patrick be able to repeat in the finals? We will find out a little bit later on. But his opponent is being resolved here right now. That question will be answered.
Steve's playing clean. This looks great.
For those that aren't like myself, that are not nearly at the level of what we're seeing here, take us through the best possible strategy for these kind of games.
Well, you want to clear. I like clearing the sides out right now because you see Kursel's got that high stack. You're never going to get that yellow on top. But it's set up pretty good where he has the 3 blue and he can, do a horizontal maybe on that red. So you don't want to get in a situation where you're stuck doing horizontal, you dig to the bottom and then have to dig back up. That's not something you want to be doing. But that's what you want your opponent to be doing. Steve's playing really good right now.
Great double there by Steve. Are you surprised at all that every competitor in this tournament has opted to stand as opposed to sit during gameplay?
It's actually a rule.
To stand.
You have to stand. That's enforced by Chris Bidwell. He thinks
Chris,
that,
why is that a rule? Chris is sitting behind us, actually. Why is that a rule to be enforced to stand during gameplay?
If Thor Ackerland can win a world championship on his feet, if John Numbers can win a world championship standing on his feet, then our players can win world championships standing on their feet.
Does that make us Tetris players lazy?
It does a bit.
Wow.
By the way, those players are the 2015 and 1990 Nintendo World Champions. They had to stand on their feet and at various venues and deal with all the pressure. So why not?
So it's more of a traditional decision.
It's a traditional decision,
Okay.
and it's also a comfort decision. It adds to the fatigue factor. If you're in a big long match, it's 5 games long. I think I love it. I love hearing the complaints about it because I know it's working. What's the chat have to think about that?
A lot of terrible
They hate
rules.
Someone says, people are saying they don't like that rule. As someone who does commentary for current esports as well, I will say that sitting is pretty much the law of the land. But this being your tournament, you can do what you want. So Twitch chat, sorry for your luck, but the standing is the key.
I mean,
and
I
right now,
don't know how you could say that, and we're streaming this on the Tetris channel.
Right. Well,
yeah,
I love you guys. It's all good. It just adds to the concentration factor. And since this is a versus game and not an individual versus a machine sort of deal,
That works.
yeah, I like it. So Steve is behind slightly, but Kursel has got a Tower of Doom on the right that he's been trying to dig out of forever. And
Looks like he got the top blue one.
if we
Now-
can get it now, do you want to make a tower, make a bridge, and get rid of that red guy horizontally? But he's just dealing with enough garbage.
I think right now, if you could do it easily, that would be ideal.
And Steve's board's looking a little pizza-faced. But, oh no.
Oh, a bad
no,
placement
that is
there
super
by
trouble.
Steve.
Oh, no!
and there it is.
Wow,
It
out of
will be
nowhere.
Kursel moving on to the finals in a clean sweep. Our 7 seed from Denver, Kursel, makes it all the way to the final 2. And he will play either Adam P. or last year's champion Patrick in the finals.
I think now comes the main event that we've been waiting for. When the trio from Denver showed up, Adam dominated among those 3. And I've been waiting to see this matchup. And it'd probably be a good final, but we're going to see in the semifinals. They're going to get the showcase. We're going to see a freaking war here, and I'm excited.
I'm excited.
And, we're going to get Steve out here while I get the game set up.
We could be poised for an all-Denver final, but it will be a long and arduous matchup for Adam P. in order to defeat last year's champion and the consensus #1 player in the world of Dr. Mario, Patrick, who looks to find himself back in the final. He will have to defeat both Denver players in order to keep his crown.
Well, thanks, Arda.
Yeah, thank you,
I'll be
Vince.
around.
Appreciate it. Steve, come on in. A heartbreaking loss in the semifinals against Kersel. Just take us through it, Steve. Just talk about your play and your thoughts in the semifinals.
Oh, it's definitely a stiff competition for sure. A lot better than last year, I'd say. I came Sunday. I didn't hear about it before, so I missed the competition. But I was here to see the finals. I thought, I could definitely be playing in that, and so I made sure to show up on time this year.
So you didn't play last year, but you wanted to.
I did. I came and saw the finals in person. Was really excited about it, but it's too late to get in the game. So
you were inspired by last year?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what happened in that year? How often did you practice, or how often did you want to get ready for this tournament?
Not very often.
Okay.
Maybe about a month ago, whenever I was at my parents' house, I'd hit up the old console and start practicing on there. Sometimes play against my parents. That's something I used to do as a kid all the time. A lot against my mom. She loves the game.
So it's cool that it's a family affair, and here you are competing in the championships. Our second semifinal matchup is underway. We have Patrick on the left. We have Adam on the right. A huge semifinal matchup. Hey, Steve, give us your thoughts on this one. Have you had a chance to play either of these players or just watch them play?
Neither one, I don't think.
Okay.
Okay.
Possibly one of the Denver guys during qualifiers.
Still a huge matchup here. And thank you for joining us here on the Classic Tetris stream. So going back to you, just asking a couple more questions here. Do you feel like you will continue playing competitive Dr. Mario? Will you come back next year?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're a native Pittsburgh guy?
Yeah, I was actually born in Pittsburgh. I've moved around the country a little bit, but right now I live about an hour north in Grove City.
So coming to Replay FX is pretty convenient to be able to enter the World Championships.
Yep.
Fantastic.
This work by Adam here with this Canyon of Doom is amazing. He should have been dead a minute ago, and he's somehow keeping it alive.
Yeah, it's tough to hang on.
Packy has hemmed him in.
Just beautiful play here.
If he could get a red piece in there, he could drop that. He might get it.
Nice.
And with
Beautiful tuck there.
He's safe for now.
What a great tuck there by Adam. He is staying alive in this first semifinal, but no. It will be Patrick taking game number one. He was in the driver's seat the entire time. And now will be Patrick taking game number one.
Wow, Adam survived way longer than any of us mortals could have survived.
Steve, you can feel free to stick around with us if you like.
Yeah.
We got Chris as well.
I'll try to shout since I'm leaning back a bit. Thanks for coming out, Steve.
Yep.
And you came in and
you have a regular competitor here, and Steve will be driving from 1 hour north every year to compete in the Dr. Mario tournament.
Barbell jersey. He'll play nice and dirty, like a good Steeler.
All right, let's keep it to Dr. Mario here, okay?
I'm a Bengals fan. Well, I'm suffering.
As game number two is underway here, Patrick, as he has said himself, a very aggressive player, so you will see him consistently with the virus lead.
Exactly, and then you're going to see when Adam was playing me, he was raining the doubles down, and it seems like he's turned it down a bit for Packy, so he adjusts his strategy based on the opponent. He saw me as a chump and just thought he'd rain on me, whereas Packy, he knows he can't out-rain, so he's going for the viruses instead. Go ahead.
My focus is always to clear first. If I can get doubles, that's just bonus. It's gravy. Clear first. You've got a clean board to work with. Makes it a lot easier.
But they've evened it up now.
Which strategy do you find it more difficult to play against? People who are aiming for doubles and triples more so, or playing like yourself?
I don't find a lot of people playing like myself. Most people are raining down stuff. So it's tough to get a good judge on that. As long as I'm keeping my board clear, the doubles don't bother me a whole ton until you get stocked up on top, as you saw happen to me a few times.
Double there. And you saw earlier, some of the garbage rain down on Packy's board actually caused a double, so that's always amusing.
And you can see that Adam is actually in the lead right now with a very favorable board.
Absolutely, it's nice and clean. You got the paint defense going on. Lots of vertical triples to make easy doubles out of. Packy's got some garbage, but he's gonna have to deal with those two red guys on the right. whereas Adam is cruising right now. But if Packy goes into attack mode, that can change quickly.
Much like in Tetris, when you see Dr. Mario being played at this elite level, it's just like a symphony, right? And every piece just moves in perfect unison, and it's just beautiful to watch.
I think it's more like jazz because a lot of the weirder moves you just don't see in advance. You're like, oh, how did you pull a triple out of that? It's uncomfortable. Tetris is a symphony for sure because if you play a clean board, everything is groovy. But in this, you know, like that game I had earlier when I finished off with like a quad or something ridiculous, there was this weird Rube Goldberg machine thing going on that I didn't even see until a few moves before I put it together. So I that's my shitty, excuse the language, that's my crappy metaphor for the day.
So the consensus, ladies and gentlemen, is that Tetris is like a symphony, but Dr. Mario is like jazz.
Ooh, deep. But right now,
Adam is in a great position right now.
And he's raining doubles also. He's keeping the pressure on Packy. He's not just focusing. He's got the perfect mix of attack and defense and work. Packy is just digging out of the garbage rather than destroying viruses. Although when Packy does clean up his garbage, he makes it count and drains, as you can see right there. And the thing about the garbage is it doesn't really affect, it's not like Puyo Puyo or something where the garbage
Look
itself,
at that. This is
that's
a huge
quad.
Combo. Wow.
That's a quad. Very well done. Look at that. In fact, one of the quad pieces was stuck on Packy's right tower of garbage there. But it's the delay for the time that the garbage takes to drop. That's the killer. You lose 2 moves around for the time it takes for that garbage to drop all the way to the bottom.
Absolutely.
Oh, the garbage completely. It could have been in Patrick's favor there, but it was the complete opposite right there with the double drop.
So he's setting up here with a red, so he knocks out that. And the garbage drop is going to cause another double. And Adam says, thank you very much. And here's another double for your trouble.
Beautiful. Beautifully played.
Packy has got his work cut out for him in the second round.
Don't ever count him out, though.
No,
He is
not at
so
all.
passionate about this game that he picked up Tetris simply to challenge Vince at Dr. Mario at a Tetris tournament.
Yes.
Give that some thought. That's how passionate Patrick is for Dr. Mario.
And I mean, that's a clean board. Wow.
Although he's not too happy with what's happening in
he's
this
not.
game.
No, nor should he
Is
be.
Patrick.
This is almost perfect clear territory. Look at this. Patrick has just got to go to attack now, and he's doing it 2 doubles in a row. That should give him a little bit of time, and that blue will slow down things just a little tiny bit, but he's still got to get some setups here.
This would be an epic comeback, but it looks like Adam is really gonna run away with it right here.
There's a double.
And there it is, a beautifully executed. That garbage piece, maybe one move away, but
that'll delay the inevitable for a little bit more. And one, yep, here it comes. There's game. That's a strong win for Adam, and this is exactly what we were hoping for. It's 1-1. We're going to go at least 4.
I have a question for the Twitch chat. Maybe this is canon already. I'll even ask you, Chris. Do you think Mario got his doctorate?
I think he's a quack. I think that's about the best answer I got.
Is he one of those pharmaceutical reps that goes around like basically a salesman, like selling you the drugs you don't really need?
He's literally a pill pusher.
Yeah. Oh, there's an answer from the Twitch chat. Mario was born with every doctorate.
Yeah.
Hey, remember, he was a carpenter and suddenly he became a plumber, so he is pretty talented
He's
at
not
trade.
even technically a plumber anymore, I don't think. They keep changing it. So Adam's got, oh no, that canyon on the left, that is trouble. They're gonna have to get, okay, nice move. At the high speed.
Good save there by Adam.
That takes a pure hard dash charge to make it. That doesn't always happen.
It's hard to get the corners on high speed.
Yeah, when you're playing especially like level 20 high, that's nearly an impossible move unless you hyper tap. Most good players won't even bother trying that. They'll just work their way around it. When we get to these higher heights with the semifinals and the finals at level 14 and 15, it adds a new dimension that you normally don't see. But because of all that work that Adam had to do, now he's way behind. And this is playing out the way Game 1 played out, but maybe the results won't be the same. Packy is looking extremely clean. Adam cannot even think about going into attack mode, not deliberately. They'll just wait for that miracle piece or that fortunate piece. There's a nice double. I don't know if he planned that one, but it worked that way. Those garbage doubles are always your player's best friend. But look at that! Look how much that lead has opened up for Packy. Almost no garbage on the field.
This is a great game for Patrick, who finds himself back into it after Adam was able to tie it up at 1, but Patrick really showing his championship dominance right here in game number 3.
Concentration is a factor. When you played a long game like the previous game, sometimes you see a letdown in the next game, and this time Packy turned it on, and Adams just let off the gas just a little bit, and he's finding himself buried in trash. Although he's not dead yet, he got a nice double there. But he's got that tower on the right that he's going to have to deal with one way or another, and he's using the left side, which could be clear to be killing viruses. Instead, he's using that as his garbage dump. And Packy's down to 41 to a 30 virus lead right now. Domination right now. But I can see their faces, and they're just intense. Packy didn't shave for the occasion. We appreciate that. No, he's rubbing. I don't know if he likes my commentary on that. Look at that, 38 to 4. Wow. Let's see if he's going to do something braggy. Oh, come on, Packy. Let's see a nice. Let's give him a challenge here. Let's see if he can finish this with a trip. Now he's going to play it safe. And get the double yellow here, unless there's a miracle garbage drop just to delay the inevitable. This is. I did not expect to see this.
Ooh.
Although
just can't get that double.
Adam is fighting. Adam is fighting. See the garbage rain? This is what he does. Look at this, another double. Look at this. He's got another one. Can he get another one before those pieces drop? And look, and another one.
He is making it rain.
Cover it up. And he's like, you know what, Adam? Here's a double for you. Wow.
But Patrick able to pull it off, takes a commanding 2-1 lead. We are in the elimination phase right now, as Patrick, with one more victory, will find himself for the second year in a row in the finals, and he will take on the other Denver contingent, Kersel, who awaits the winner here.
Denver's looking to sweep this bad boy, and this is not over yet. Oh no, that overhang is dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Get over
And
quickly.
he got his way out of it, but he got out of his way quickly too. Not only is getting out of it important, but getting out of it before your opponent can take much of a lead.
Further on.
Yeah, we're tied in viruses. That could have turned quickly.
A nice quick double there by Patrick.
Double, 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 double.
Game number 4, as the garbage rains down early on. There are more combos there by Adam. Very well done.
Doubles and combos. Dave Thomas would be proud.
You're making me hungry.
Wendy's, if you're listening, feel free to sponsor the 2019 championships.
I met Aaron at the Wendy's meetup, by the way. Here's a random meetup, yeah. My fellow 2015 Nintendo World Championship finalist. Great guy. Packy was looking great. Now all of a sudden we are virtually tied, and Packy's board's looking ugly out of it because Adam is in attack mode. Adam is in make it rain mode. He's at the club. The champagne's open. The dollar bills are out. Now, I was about to say that double yellow he put there, I would have put the 2 reds and take care of those 2 viruses horizontally, but Adam's better than me, so I should shut up. And a nice little triple there, quad actually. Eat that quad, Packy. Oh, he ate it all right. And it rains back with a double, thank you very much. We're pretty close here. There's no viruses excessively high. That red guy might be a little trouble for Packy and slow him down. But if Adam stays on the attack, he's in pretty good shape right now. There's not a lot of trash blocking his way.
Adam is so fluid in his play, Chris. It just looks like he is constantly on the attack and making the best possible decision with all of his pills.
And he's able to switch up and switch his game on the fly. I don't know if he's watching the other player or could. It's really difficult to keep your focus on your board, but then let him look at the other side. Although when it's looking like a U shape with the Valley of Doom on Packy's board, then it's kind of easy to see what's going on. But then when you do that to Packy, there's a nice triple.
A nice triple by Patrick right there.
All right, so you see that little red piece there. You want to get rid of that guy horizontally, and then it'll drop the yellow pieces to get rid of 2 viruses. Like that. Beautifully done. Look, is that a triple?
Yeah,
Yep.
I believe so, yep.
Packy's in trouble. And you know what? I think we all want to see a round 5 in this game. We all want to see a round 5.
Well, I don't think Patrick wants to see a round 5 in this game.
He does not. I think he also doesn't want to top out, though. He's got some pride.
But it doesn't look good right now, and that is, in fact, the top out. We are going to a game 5, and it will be one and done. One more to settle the score. Who will go to the finals? Will it be Patrick? Will it be Adam? Patrick, the number 1 seed, Adam, the number 4 seed. We are set to begin with our decisive game number 5.
The Denver team is looking to sweep the trophy stand here. And Adam gives Packy a gift. Sometimes garbage is literally treasure.
One man's trash is another man's treasure, as they say.
I know. We're so philosophical today.
Well, one of us is. Another one is talking about being at the club in the champagne room and whatever else.
Sorry. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for doing the commentary.
A lot of Patrick fans in the Twitch chat. Feel free to let us know who you would love to see in the finals. And keep asking questions. We have Chris, we have Steve here on commentary. Steve, give us your thoughts. What are you seeing here in the semifinal?
Oh, well, there's a lot of trash being thrown around.
That overhang, he needs to get rid of that now, and he just did.
Seems to be a lot, just basically a trash war going on a lot of times, it seems.
Quick double. It's looking like there's almost a trash-free field right now. Packy's got the slight lead, but there's double, and he's got the nice paint the fence up and down.
Watching other players, I'm very impressed by their vision. It's very tough to keep from getting tunnel vision, focusing on one side or focusing on the top when there's places to put things down lower or on the spot you're not currently working on, getting the best possible move. It's hard to not get tunnel vision and focus on one spot and miss stuff.
That danger piece real quickly.
Adam with a terrific triple there as well, yeah.
And now he's behind by 2 viruses. I don't know if he can get a piece. Oh, the garbage is fortunate.
But look at the lead that Adam has been able to compile right here.
An awful lot of yellow, so if RNG is helpful, he might clear out a lot of viruses quick here.
Just like that double right there. Adam playing such fluid Dr. Mario right now. He has a commanding 8 virus lead in the 5th and final game.
Get a red. Oh, look at that triple. That's a lot of red on a yellow board.
You know, when you've got one color mainly and you've got nowhere else to place your blues and reds, you know, sometimes that trash can be, a godsend.
That overhang is going to be difficult for Packy, but if you see that blue virus there, there's an opening to get a nice horizontal move. That can open up. That's the key for Packy to open up his board up. Drop that double blue in there.
Woo. A terrific
Drop
tuck.
that down. I'm sorry to give hints. I apologize.
A nice tuck by Patrick.
They can't hear us too well. We're not on a PA system like at most conventions.
I'd say it's definitely weird when you can hear and you hear yourself being talked about while you're playing. It's not something I'm used to at all.
And Packy's in emergency make it rain mode.
Nice tuck by Patrick. The garbage will move down. The extra pieces, I should say, will move down as he's trying to desperately get himself back into a favorable position. He is trailing by 10 viruses.
Nice triple.
Might be seeing the
There
comeback.
comes triple after triple. Yep. That was a fast triple drop.
Oh! And there it is!
Oh.
Patrick somehow, some way, after Adam was leading, Adam tops out. Patrick moves on to the finals. Wow, what a turn of events.
Unavoidable chin move. My goodness.
At high speed, is a killer.
Just because you're leading in virus count does not mean you will win the game, and this is a textbook example right there. The pack attack is strong. Wow. My goodness. And so Patrick disposes of one Denver player, and now he will meet another Denver player in the finals. It will be Patrick taking on Kersel. The #1 seed, last year's champion, the defending champion, will now take on the 7th seed, Kersel. Traveling far and wide to make it to this, the second ever Dr. Mario World Championship here at Replay FX in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The finals are upon us. What was 24 is now a final 2. Incredible turn of events in that 5th and final game. Wow. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Our finals are upon us. What a battle it has been for Patrick, our defending champion, who was on the verge of elimination and was trailing in game number 5, but he somehow, some way, found the will to win, and he finds himself in the finals for a 2nd straight year. And he is facing the other Denver contingent here this year.
All right.
Kersel at the #7 seed
All right, you guys ready?
was able
And 3.
to find himself in the finals,
1,
and we
go!
are underway.
Yep, it's a best of 5. The crowns in the middle will tell you how many rounds each player has. And we're joined by Adam, who was just in a war with Packy in the semifinal round. How you feeling after that?
Yeah, tell us about that matchup. My goodness.
A little winded.
A little.
Game 5, that was very tight. You were in the lead, you had the virus lead, and it just seemed like the garbage
Oh,
was
no.
really...
Yeah.
Packy already in trouble.
Raining down.
Kersel is not an underdog.
Where does Kersel rank in your Denver trio in terms of play?
Usually about second.
Usually about 2nd.
Well, today
Seems
he's
like there's going to
number
be,
1.
today he's #1 for today. But that might be hotly contested when you guys get back
Yes,
to Denver.
he's gonna
But
get-
for now, he's facing the best that San Diego has to offer in Patrick.
Packy is doing miracle moves here. He's sort of like what you were in the first game, just digging and digging.
Yeah.
You get that early advantage, you take advantage of it, and Kersel's opened up a 13 virus lead, and no trash whatsoever on his board. But do not relax. Do not take your foot off the gas. Packy will take advantage of every misstep you make. And look at this. Look at that opening.
Nice, Packy.
Who's chat got here? What do we got here?
Yeah, feel free to give us some comments on who you believe will win or you would like to see win. Feel free to continue commenting. We'll get to as many of the comments as possible.
half of Packy's board is cut off. He's going to have to play horizontal if he's going to have a chance.
But Patrick, throughout this entire elimination round, has really found himself in precarious situations and was able to dig himself out of
and
it.
he's out.
But not this time, as Kersel takes game #1.
Round 1. All right, that's why we play 5.
Yeah, this set.
You see how the players deal with not opportune pieces at the beginning. No blues at the very top when you were stuck with blue pills. And you see Kersel having a pile of them and Packy clearing them out. But Kersel's going to make a nice double with that. And Packy doubles him right back. And another double.
It's a double-double.
Double-double.
In Canada, that would be a coffee with 2 milk and 2 sugar.
Ooh.
For those watching, shout out to Canada, my country of birth. We continue on here in the finals. Look at this management by Kersel.
Yeah, he's clean and he's in the lead. And that's a great, great dig out there. Not only you got to dig out, you got to dig out fast. You got to keep attacking. You can't just focus on the trash only. But Packy hits right back. It's a heavyweight fight. Oh, that. Ooh. Those towers that high up at this speed. And a reminder that the speed increases ever so slightly every 10 pieces.
Misflip by Kersel.
Misflip.
That might prove costly as
He got it over there. He's somewhat safe, but that left tower is going to take some work. Packy has a little bit of a left tower too.
Another misflip there.
And they're using their own controllers, I believe, so that's not a controller malfunction. A little bit of nerves can cause a double flip there.
And speaking of nerves, Patrick has been in this situation before, so you could give the edge there to him. But certainly, in a trailing position, facing somebody he has never played before, could be very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, especially when you get the lead, you think maybe I could take my foot off the gas a little bit, and I don't think so. I mean, Packy is opening it up like he did in round 2 in his semifinal match. Not quite as big, but
Another misflip.
ooh. Now he's got a Canyon of Doom. Okay, he's cleaned up a little bit there. And Packy can take this opportunity with wide open road. Get some creative doubles here. But Kersel's not out. He gets some doubles back. And maybe the trash will get Packy in an unfortunate spot because Packy doesn't have a clean road. That left-hand side, he's going to have to do some horizontal work to get through that. So this is going to be a bit of a long match here.
See a lot of viruses on that side as well, and that middle tower is not helping either.
No, that's a CN Tower of Doom. Speaking of Canada, I'm
Nicely
mad.
done. You
Hey.
warmed my heart with that one. Thanks.
It's 2 a.m.
2 a.m. in Canada. So Packy's cleaned out the whole right side, so he can use that as a garbage dump in an attack pile. So if it's a piece he doesn't need, just use that as a stockpile of trash. And Packy can make some creative trebles and triples. Believe me, he's former record holder in NWC Remix. That's held by me, by the way. That's the one card I got on Packy. Yeah. That's the one thing I got on, and I'll never shut up about it until he gets it back.
I'm sure he's choked up about it as he's competing in the finals and you're not.
I'm sitting here. I'm making stupid references, and he's destroying right now.
References are what drive the internet.
They do.
In the driver's seat, a commanding virus lead here. Looks like he will cruise to victory in this second game. Of course, you never know.
Attack. Okay.
You could have said the same.
And guess what? Another gift walk-off there. But we won 1-1. This is what we won in the finals. Like last year, Vince got to the finals and Packy swept him. So at least this year we got a little more drama than Vince choking up.
So we're tied at 1. Game number 3 has begun in our finals
Kersel
in the
with
World
split
Dr.
double.
Mario Championships Replay RX.
Ooh. Very well done by Kersel.
Carter's doing a lot of Packy's job right now.
Not that one, but I will get this guy. Oh, okay. I'd say you're going to have to get those 2 viruses on the right from underneath for Packy. That shouldn't be too difficult. But you want to get rid of those guys at the top on sides as fast as possible because they become problems if you do not take care of them right away.
So Patrick has the right side almost fully to the top. Kersel doing some damage control.
Kersel's okay. That yellow guy can be taken out whenever he wants. He can slide in a piece fairly easily. And now you see that blue piece jumped on top of those 2 reds, so he's going to have to do 2 moves to open up that 1 red space.
A misflip there by Kersel.
Ouch. He
Adam,
can
you're very
recover.
quick to mention Kersel's misflips.
Uh-oh. Oh, he topped
Oh,
out.
and he
Oh,
topped
no.
out. It was the misflip that snowballed into a top out, and now Patrick is 1 win away from repeating as champion. What will happen in game number 4?
A lot of nice doubles at the top. That's a favorable board. When you get those double viruses, that's always a god's. When you see those, you just think Christmas time because it's very easy to clear out. Nice, you can get lots of easy.
Oh no! And there it is! Patrick has repeated as champion. He is once again, for the 2nd year in a row, the World Dr. Mario champion. A stunning game number 4 that saw Kersel top out early. Congratulations are in order for the Denver contingent, but it is San Diego. Represent your boy. He is once again world champion. As the trophies are being represented, the Pack Attack crew in full effect in the Twitch chat. And there they are. Kersel, runner-up. Patrick, world champ. A round of applause, well deserved.
Let's talk a little bit more here. Everybody's saying good game. What up, Packy? Yeah. What up, Packy?
Hey.
Everybody's good games all around. You had the champ on the ropes for a second there. You got that. You took the first game, correct, or did you take the second game?
Took the first game.
You took the first game, so you angered the sleeping giant. That's how I typically play him. I've won like 5 rounds or 3 rounds against Packy, and every time I do it, he just, oh shit, this chump, and he, again, sorry for the French, he'll just destroy me after that. So you've kind of felt his wrath there.
Yeah.
So you're proud of this, or are you just thinking, man, I'm gonna get this jerk next time?
I'm not proud of that last game. So that was a mistake. 2 critical mistakes I made and just couldn't recover from them. So.
Adam was mentioning the misflips. You had a few there. Was it nerves or was it a controller issue? What do you think?
No, I think it's just nerves. just nerves probably the most.
What do you guys normally play in your office tournaments? What speed and level?
So we generally play 15 high, but it's on NES Classic. The controller is slightly different. Or
So a little bit of
new,
a
I should say.
delay, isn't there?
We haven't noticed any.
No, I guess you have a really good TV.
We also have a top loader and an NES in the office too.
So you practiced on that
So
before it came out?
we've been practicing on the original before I did this.
So Packy, how does it feel repeating? Was this a tougher road this year?
Yes, it was a tougher road. These guys from Denver are really good, and I'm glad I got to play them.
You got to play 2 of the 3, so you earned it
Played all
this
three.
year.
Played all 3.
Beat all
Oh,
three
you
of
played
us.
you defeated all 3 of them?
Yes.
Oh God, it's revenge for the Chargers apparently.
No, just Dean Spanos.
Yeah, like how much better are these guys than Vince? Tell us that. Like if so say Vince is right here where your foot is. Where how high up are the 3 from Denver?
Where are you?
Right
They're
there.
pretty good.
I'm like maybe right around here, right around Vince level.
Yeah.
But
They are
up here.
Great
You're
job,
ahead.
Packy. Thank you.
Thanks from Scott, one of our technical helps here.
Yeah, super cool guy.
So, anything else you guys have to say? Like a great event.
It's a great event. We're gonna keep practicing.
You're gonna come back?
Hopefully we'll come back with more next time.
Oh, gonna bring a bigger crew?
We got a few more that couldn't make it this time, and they beat us sometimes.
Oh
so,
wow!
The whole Mile High Club.
There's more of
The
us.
Mile High Club. Oh no! You're the Mile High Club now.
That's all I got. I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's good.
How long have I been playing Dr. Mario?
Yeah, how long?
Since I haven't been playing like non-stop or anything, but I've been playing it since I was 7 or 8 years old.
Really?
Right.
That'd be like 27 years.
How do you practice for two-player? Because they can sharpen their skills against each other.
Yes.
Like, I'm a dull knife. I don't have anybody to play against at home. So when I play you, and then it's like, oh crap, I'm gone. so who's your practice target? How do you work at it? Because if you don't have that garbage dump to deal with, it's kind of hard to anticipate that.
Well, that's the thing. I don't have anyone to practice with, so I actually play single player. I have a tendency to play Super Nintendo Dr. Mario to practice a little bit.
Okay.
Because the difference between NES and SNES Dr. Mario is that when you're playing single player on NES, when the pill drops, there's a brief pause before he chucks the next pill over. The Super Nintendo Dr. Mario is often the choice for speedrunners because there's no delay.
Right.
And the thing is, in two-player mode, on NES, there's no delay either. There's no pill throwing motion.
That's right.
So basically, to me, it's a mixture of speedrunning Dr. Mario NES and dropping doubles whenever you can.
I didn't see too many doubles in your matches with both Adam and Cursor. Like when I was playing Adam, he was pouring it on. So I think he knew the strategy to beat a chump like me was to just choke him. When he was playing you, he didn't go that route, or you were burying you had that one round where you were buried and you eventually topped out. But the other major difference between the NES version and the SNES version is the letter S. Just for you people at home wondering the technical differences.
The other one also has Tetris on it.
Right. Neither have blast processing.
Nope.
So thank you guys both for coming out. We'll have to figure out the payments out.
Oh yeah, there's money.
There's money involved.
That's right.
It's not going to cover your flight, but you get a nice little chunk of change. It's better than beer money. And next year we hope to get more. So if anybody loves Dr. Mario, come out to Replay FX next year. I believe the dates are already set. ReplayFX.org. I think the dates for the next 2 years are set. We have every intention of being back. We want to be bigger and better. Denver's going to bring their crew. I'm going to bring my crew and kind of grovel. And we'll be on the stream better than ever.